Hello there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into the secrets of writing sentences that aren't just correct, but are genuinely powerful. And you know what? By the end of this, you'll have a whole new toolkit to make every single thing you write strong, clear, and totally memorable. Right, let's get started.
So, have you ever had this feeling you've got this amazing idea? It's perfectly clear in your head, but then you go to write it down and it just kind of falls flat? Yeah, it's a super common frustration, but the good news is it's absolutely fixable.
And this is really what it all boils down to. See, a sentence isn't just a random collection of words. It's a message you're sending. And our goal isn't just to write words, but to craft messages that really truly stick with your reader. To do that, we're going to build your own personal writer's toolkit. We're going to add 6 absolutely essential tools that will help you put together clear and powerful sentences every single time you write. First up, okay, tool number 1 in the box, simplicity. Just look at the difference here. On the left, our friend Waffling Wally has buried the main point in all this extra detail. But on the right, Clear Chloe gets straight to it. The message is direct, and you get it instantly. Those long, winding sentences, they just end up confusing people. So here's the golden rule, and it's so simple. 1 main idea per sentence. That's it. If you've got more to say, no problem. Just start a new sentence. It's honestly the easiest way to make sure your reader is right there with you. Right, let's grab our second tool. It's called the active voice. Now compare these two. The lesson was explained by the teacher. It's a bit sleepy, isn't it? But the teacher explained the lesson. Now that's direct, it's dynamic, it's got energy. The active voice puts the person doing the action right at the front, where they belong. And here's the really simple formula behind it all. Subject plus verb plus object. The teacher, that's our subject. Explained, our verb. The lesson, our object. Following this little structure is a brilliant shortcut to writing stronger, more exciting sentences. Okay, tool number 3. This one's all about the engine of your sentence, the verb. I mean, look at the difference here. Went is fine. It tells us what happened. But rushed, wow, suddenly we've got a story. We can actually see the action. Using strong, precise verbs makes your writing come alive. And here's a great little trick for finding them. When you're writing, just pause for a second and actually picture the scene in your mind. What does that action really look like? Is someone just walking, or are they strolling, marching, rushing? Pick the verb that paints the clearest picture in your reader's mind. On to tool number 4, the scissors. It's time to get trimming and cut out all the fluff. Look at that before sentence. In my personal opinion, I think that. All those extra words just water it down and make it sound weak. The after version, though, it's lean, it's confident, and it's so much more powerful. And that brings us to a classic writer's mantra. Honestly, less is more. Before you call a sentence finished, just ask yourself, does every single word in here have a real job to do? If not, be ruthless. Cut it out. Tool number 5 is all about giving you control. You see, punctuation isn't just about following boring rules. It's about guiding your reader's experience. A comma gives them a gentle pause. A dash, that can create a really dramatic interruption. And an exclamation mark, well, that adds a sudden burst of energy. I absolutely love this analogy. Punctuation marks are literally the traffic signals of your writing. They tell your reader when to slow down, when to come to a complete stop, and which ideas you really want them to pay attention to. When you use them well, you control the whole flow of your message. And now for our final tool, and this one is absolutely fascinating. It's all about rhythm. Think about it. A bunch of short, sharp sentences feels completely different from one long, flowing one. What you're doing here is incredible. You're not just arranging words on a page, you're actually composing music. You're controlling the reader's heartbeat with your rhythm. So the big takeaway here is that variety is everything. A good mix of short, punchy sentences and longer, more descriptive ones creates a reading experience that feels dynamic and keeps your audience completely hooked from start to finish. Right, you've officially got the 6 tools, so how about we put them to the test? It's time for a quick little workshop to see your new skills in action. You ready? Let's do this. Okay, let's break these down together. First up, the ball was thrown by the boy becomes the boy threw the ball. Yup, that's our active voice tool. Next, we chop down, in my opinion, I think, to a much more confident, he is very talented. Then we swap the boring verb in she went to the garden for something vivid like strolled or rushed. Punctuation helps us make that list of fruit crystal clear with some commas. And finally, we mix up the sentence rhythm to make it so much more interesting to read. Fantastic. Excellent work, really. You've not only learned the tools, you've actually used them. So let's wrap this all up with a final takeaway, your personal blueprint for powerful writing starting right now. And here it is, your 6-step blueprint. 1. Keep it simple. 2. Use the active voice. 3. Choose strong verbs. 4. Cut those extra words. 5. Use punctuation as your guide. And 6. Vary your sentence rhythm. That right there, that's your plan for writing with incredible clarity and impact. And just like that, we're at the end. You are now officially equipped with a full toolkit for crafting really powerful sentences. So the only question I have left for you is this. Which one of these 6 tools are you most excited to try out in your very next piece of writing? Thanks so much for joining me.